If you're a fan of nature documentaries like Blue Planet or Planet Earth, here are my top 5 nature and wildlife shows to watch next. Coming in at number 5 is Island of the Sea Wolves, available on Netflix. This series from 2022 covers some of the incredible wildlife on Vancouver Island along the west coast of Canada. With the main subject being a family of wolves, this show also highlights many different species and natural occurrences that make this island so unique. If you're a fan of wildlife documentaries and are looking for a beautifully shot film with a very unique story, I highly recommend this series. Next up at number 4 is Our Great National Parks, which can also be found on Netflix. This show is hosted by the one and only Barack Obama. This 5-episode series came out in April 2022 and covers some extraordinary success stories of countries across the world creating national parks while highlighting some of the amazing wildlife benefiting from these parks. Mr. President does an amazing job narrating his first wildlife documentary, with the visuals and stories this series covers definitely making this worth checking out. Going into the top 3 with epic Yellowstone, streaming on Hulu and Paramount+. This 4-episode series from 2019, hosted by actor and Wyoming native Bill Pullman, covers some of the best storylines throughout the year in Yellowstone National Park. From gray wolves to grizzly bears to the iconic American bison, this series does an amazing job giving the history of the park and the wildlife that thrives within its borders. If you have ever been to Yellowstone or are interested in what kind of wildlife or amazing natural features you can find there, I highly recommend checking this out. Our runner-up for this list is a series that just had a second season premiere a couple weeks ago. Epic Adventures with Bertie Gregory and the second season called Animals Up Close with Bertie Gregory are both available on Disney+. As a wildlife photographer and videographer myself, this is one of my favorite series as we get a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to create wildlife films at a high level. Bertie does an amazing job talking the viewer through what is going on and the highs and lows of trying to film different animals and their unique behaviors. Not only is the behind-the-scenes amazing to see, but the animals and behavior he and his team film are incredible. This series does a really good job of highlighting challenges that some of these animals face and some really successful programs different countries have started and the impacts those programs have shown. All around, this show was really well done and it easily earned its spot on this list. And finally, coming in at number 1 on this list is a series that I think everyone should check out, with one small disclaimer. Hostile Planet is by far my favorite wildlife series to date and is available on Disney+. This series came out in 2019 and is hosted by outdoor icon Bear Grylls, as he covers the less pretty side of wildlife with some really dramatic scenes that some may find a little challenging to watch. If you're unsure, just check out the intro shot of episode 1. This will give you a good idea of what the rest of the show will be like. This show covers the not so glamorous side of wildlife, but also shows more of the real harsher side of what it takes to survive in the wild. If you have watched some wildlife films and felt they were a little slow or not interesting, I challenge you to give this series a try and not be captivated by the stories they show. One bonus show I wanted to mention is America the Beautiful, hosted by Michael B. Jordan. This was a great series that came out last year in April and has since been removed from Disney+. I'm not sure why it was removed and have not found anywhere else this is available to watch. Hopefully this series becomes available again, as it would have definitely been on this list. Let me know what you think about this list, or if there are any others you think should have made this top 5.